Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is July 13th, 2019, and I wanted to give you a tour of my one flower bed here. Now, I'm slowly reclaiming this flower bed back. I had a lot of sedum that took over, and I had a lot of phlox and a perennial sunflower that took over. So I'm slowly in the process of getting those plants taken out and getting new plants put in their place. So I am gardening in Pennsylvania, and flowers this year are beautiful. I have a few Shasta daisies here that are still blooming. Most of these are spent, and these will produce seeds. Now these do, they will take over, so if you don't want them to take over, go ahead and remove the spent blossoms from this and divide them out every 3 to 4 years. So I have some celosia in here. I put some gourds in here. Back here are my black-eyed Susans. There's some coneflowers, butterfly weed. Butterfly weeds and coneflowers, your black-eyed Susans are really great ways to attract beneficial insects and pollinators to your garden and to your yard. And we really need our pollinators. We are down on our pollinators this year, so these are a welcome sight. And you can see here in a hanging basket here, I have a little Tennessee spinning gourd there growing. It's really cute. I put that in a hanging basket just to try and see if it would work or not. I have my lilies, so my lilies are blooming here. Now when you plant your lilies, you want a well-drained area. You don't want your lilies sitting in water, because it'll rot the bulbs. Most of my Shasta daisies are spent. Here's some more black-eyed Susans here. And this is another different type of lily here. Now, some of our flowers are actually blooming early compared to when they normally bloom. So we've had a strange year this year for weather. We had a really cold start, and then it did warm up for us. Cold, rainy, wet, not good weather for gardening, but it did warm up for us, so that's nice. And this is one of my daylilies here. Daylilies only last for a day, but they have a lot of new blossoms coming, so it gives you a nice display, and they should keep blooming for you. Now on your daylilies, you do want to divide those out about every 3 to 4 years so that the plants don't have issues with disease or anything like that. So it's just a good idea to divide them out, you know, get airflow back in. And we have divided these out multiple times, and we have some really nice patches of these now. And this is another type of daylily. Now this is like a double daylily. And I have this one here over at the edge of my flower bed. I have some more gourds, and I have some gourds at the back of my trellis. I'm hoping that they decide to climb it this year. And this right here is a perennial sunflower, I believe they call it. Now, this is a highly invasive plant. It actually took over my flower bed, and it produced seeds. It went by runners, so it was really hard to try and get under control and to deal with. So we took a whole bunch of it out. I still have more to take out, but it's very highly invasive. The flowers are pretty on it, and I have used them in arrangements already and won awards with them, but the plant just needs to really be kept in check. So this down here, this down here is my false dragon heads here. And this can be another plant that can just take over and go. So you really have to keep this plant in check as well. It gets beautiful pink, like a light pink flower on it, and it blooms like in a spike. Now this will go by stem cuttings, it will go by seeds, and it will also go by roots. So this is another one you really got to keep it in check, and just make sure that wherever you plant it, that if it starts becoming invasive, you can get rid of the excess. So there's one of my straw flowers blooming back there. And this is one of my pineys plants back here. It's done blooming. We've had a really wet year, as I said earlier. It doesn't have any signs of powdery mildew on it. The way that I control powdery mildew in my flower beds is I sprinkle cinnamon down on the ground when the plants are first starting to come up. Fungus hates cinnamon, so it's just something that I found as a really big helper in my garden. And I have some gourds growing back here, and they're starting to climb the trellis. I think they're climbing everything but the trellis. And I have some celosia here, and I have some different varieties out through there. Now this whole area in here was all taken over by that perennial sunflower. So it was a lot of weeding to try and get that out of here. See, my snapdragons are blooming. And my sedum is setting its buds to start blooming here. Now if your sedum falls over, or it just kind of lays down and the center's bare, it needs divided. So usually about every 3 to 4 years, you want to divide out your perennials to keep them looking nice. Here's some more black-eyed Susans. Now this flower bed still needs a lot of work, so it's in the process of being worked on. You can see there's a nice patch of butterfly weed back there. And this is another spot that we cleared out. We put straw flowers in here because the phlox was just taking over. This is another daylily here. Now this is a Stella d'Oro daylily. I believe I pronounced that correctly. And back here is one of my lavender plants. Now this plant here was actually bought many years ago. You can see there's a white phlox there. Now my phloxes are starting to cross. And this is my black-eyed Susans, more of them. And my hostas are blooming. And here's some poppies. These are California poppies here. And this is a Japanese painted fern. My hosta actually needs divided out. And down here are my foxgloves. Bloom celosia here. I love to feel these. They're so soft, and they're so plumy and feathery. So I just wanted to take you on a quick tour of my flower bed here. This is actually one of my favorite spots right here because of all the colors. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. I'll tell you when I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I will have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!